Well, seeing as how you like to travel for fun, out of all of the places that you've been, if you could package one place back and bring it back to the Bahamas, what would it be and why?
Okay, I think about Singapore. Singapore is a very unique place because it reminds me of the infrastructure, the way Singapore is set up. It reminds me of Freeport, the city of Freeport, and they have made so many strides in the last 50 years from a small city, small country into something that is probably by far one of the best economic countries in the world. And I think Freeport, the city of Freeport, could learn so much. I think they should, if they could do a sister city or brother city, I think Freeport should really reach out to the powers that be in Singapore and try to, not say emulate, but get a lot of pointers from that country as to how they were able to expand their economy so dramatically in such a short period of time.
Right. And you've been pushing Think Big, and you've mentioned it before in this interview.
Yes.
What does Think Big mean to you?
Well, thinking big, means stepping out of your comfort zone. 16 years ago, my mother stepped out of her comfort zone and took my brother, sister, and I to the U.S. Okay, and I think, and she thought big. When people were kind of like, "Oh man, don't leave your government job. You got to be crazy. It's just you and your 3 kids." But she thought big, and because she thought big, I had the opportunity to travel and work and live, and also my brothers and my siblings as well, and my mother. So thinking big is just understanding where you're at and knowing that you don't have to stay there in order to be successful. Think about the world outside of what you see. There's so much out there to do.
Okay. So you've been pushing Think Big. What does that mean to you?
Well, thinking big usually, to me, it means thinking outside the box. You think about your current situation and think about how you can get out of that situation. My mother, for example, 16 years ago, she thought big, and she thought of an idea of being able to provide an opportunity for her kids in America. So she made a sacrifice. She left all that she knew and moved me and my siblings up to America for us to be able to have a chance to live the American dream, so to speak. Okay, so and she thought big, and because of that sacrifice, I'm sitting in front of you today, and we're discussing it. So thinking big really is just understanding where you're at, understanding you can be so much farther than that. Okay, and know that regardless of where you're at, you can be better, and you can do better, and you can think better.
And you mentioned thinking. Life is thinking and making strategic moves.
Yes.
Life is like a game, and if you were to compare it to a game, would you compare it to checkers or would you compare it to chess?
I'm a chess player. Okay, I like to take those chances, because you don't know. How can you know about being successful if you don't take chances? They say it takes money to make money. So if I'm not willing to invest, how would I know I'd be able to yield any returns for not investing money? So. And
some people also say big risk, big reward.
Yes, it's very true. I agree. I totally agree with that concept. So yeah. So I think I'm a chess player. So chess player, and I like to take chances. And I've taken some chances. Some chances have been great. I'm seeing the rewards of it now. Other opportunities haven't been so great, but you always learn how to be better. And that's where knowledge comes in. You're always learning, you're always receiving knowledge, and that's why I have mentors. And they can tell you, hey, listen, you should take the risk. Don't try to put it all in there, because if we have those people to guide us along the way, it's great to have mentors.
And how many mentors have you had, and how many do you have currently?
Okay, so I was all over the place, and as an entrepreneur, you're trying to find that knack. What would work, what will not work. So I had like 20 people I used to reach out to, over the last 10 years, and now that list has dropped down to about 5. About 5 mentors who we talk every week. every week. It's one this week, one next, you know, like that. And they provide guidance to me. I'm telling them, hey, this is what's been going on. This is what I've done. And they say, okay, well, you need to do this. You need to have this. Have you done this?
Right.
You know, so it's almost like being in school.
Right.
You know, you're doing a lot more of the work, you know what I'm saying? And but it's been great. It's been fun because you're learning. And it's been so exciting, you know, because when you make a deal or, you know, you sign a contract, you know, you get like super excited. But don't buy drinks for everybody.
And you mentioned that your mentors kind of, you decrease them in number.
Yes.
But their importance grew.
Yes.
And do you find that that number decreased as you found your purpose? And in
Yes.
life, everybody has a purpose.
Yes.
What would you say your purpose is?
Well, I believe we're all here to help each other out. Okay. For me, it's important to when you get to a certain place,
Right.
you be able to assist somebody, you know, who's trying to get up. Not assist them by holding their hand and taking them across the bridge, but you want to give them the tools necessary in order to be successful. Because someone was out there ready to be successful, you know, wanted to show me what it is to be successful. So I think for myself and for anybody who I have helped over the last 10 years, you know, I've been telling them like, hey, you know, we're in this together.
Right.
Okay, so if you need me, reach out.
Right.
When I need my mentors, I'm telling you, regardless of where they're at, whether it's in the U.S., whether it's in Europe, whether it's in Africa,
Right.
I reach out to them, and they're always there to provide me some assistance.
Well, there you have it. That's Vincent Pedican, and he's Who's to Watch. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Davina Rutherford, minding your business.